Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Here we are again. I wanted to speak with Abdul-Waahid, as he's my friend who spent since Islam, since my only year after I became Muslim, then I met Abdul-Waahid and up to today. And we went to Madeenah together, we graduated together.
We went to Glasgow together before, 2 weeks where we stayed in the masjid eating chicken and rice.
Anyway, memories. So I wanted to speak about what's called, I want to mention this next episode called Thikriyyaat. Any inspirational, amazing stories we have from our days in Madeenah, maybe even after I did anything after that, but the time we had in Madeenah was the best part of my life, personally speaking. Memories we had there, the life we had there, I always miss it.
The friends that we made, and his families, we used to go together to the...
Assalamu alaikum, Osama. Where's Osama, man? Need to link up. And the life was living there. All the kind of things we used to love. I mean, before the Thikriyyaat, what kind of things did we used to do in Madeenah? I mean, what was life like in Madeenah? Madeenah, we had, the food was great. We had Hardee's, Applebee's. We had all the fast food, or just the food generally was nice. You had ma'soob.
Ma'soob was the best.
Ma'soob
is the best.
Ma'soob, ma'qishta.
Ma'qishta, wal asal, honey, cream.
Basically, ma'soob is like a big massive crepe, innit? They get this like a pancake. They put it onto the big pan, and then once they've made it like a crepe, then they mash it up.
They mince it. They put it through a mincer.
Mash it up
with
mix
dates,
it banana and dates. Then you had fahm ruz.
Yeah, that was a classic. That's
fahm ruz.
Everyone has that.
And the
ruz is a massive bag, by the way. The ruz, they give you enough for like 2 days probably.
Yeah, Afghani ruz.
Big families.
Yeah.
Saudi is about big families. You've got a big family, you want to be in Saudi.
I mean, everything in Saudi is about family
Everything's
rotation.
about families, yeah.
If you're single, it's quite lonely at that. Everything's about families. Entertainment about families. The life is about families.
I think one of the things I remember, which is really nice, which we don't do here, you can't do here, which is picnics.
Oh, yes.
So after Maghrib or after Isha mainly, you can go out and sit out literally anywhere in a park or even on the pavement, and you see families in different areas that are all having a picnic outside with the kids. I
think literally, you have to emphasise the word literally anywhere.
Anywhere.
Anywhere. You'd be driving on the main road, you see on the pavement a spread and family just having their qahwa.
Having the coffee, dates, sitting down, kids.
Wait, actually, fun fact.
Wow.
I went out to Saudi after graduating, and I had a camera, I had a brand new DSLR camera. I wanted to see some of the stars. Because one Eid, we had way out in the desert, and it was the first and only time I've seen the Milky Way in the sky, because there's nothing out there. So I wanted to get that again. So I went out driving in the desert, drove a while in one direction. Anyway, took some pictures. Maybe I might share this in the video, some of the shots I took, nighttime shots. Anyway, as I'm driving back, I see in the middle of the desert, Noor. Some kind of light. It's part of the story of Musa. We saw a light from afar. So I'm thinking to myself, what the heck is that? So I pulled the car up, got the camera out, and I zoomed in. What was it?
Family.
It was a Saudi guy in the middle of the desert with a campfire. When I say middle of the desert, I mean in the middle of the desert, just sitting there. You always see like a light, and you see white and you see red with the shimar. Just sitting in the desert, just chilling. On his own, by the way.
By himself?
On his own.
Do you remember when we drove to Riyadh? Riyadh is basically from Madeenah to
I remember Riyadh was a mad long drive. It was 9 hours. No, it was 9 hours, more than 9 hours.
You weren't going to break the speed limit.
Do you remember? Yes, but remember what happened on the way back though?
Yeah, the brothers all got tickets.
So the brothers who wanted to speed, they said, no, you're taking too long. I said, no, stick to the limit.
It was a laborious journey though.
It was a laborious
9 hours or something.
9+ hours of driving in a straight line. And the worst thing was there's no petrol station.
No petrol station. There's just desert on your right, desert on your left, nothing else.
On that side. And the main reason why
you know what? The funny thing is, when there's no other car and there's no other space, when you're going at 30 miles per hour, whatever it was, it feels like you're walking. It does feel really slow, doesn't it?
But just for those out there wondering why I'm strict on speed limit, because once I was driving to Mecca to do Umrah as you do, and I was speeding, and there came a turn in the road, so I was turning the car like you normally would do. I'm not sure why or how maybe it's with the speed, maybe it's something on the road, but my car lost traction. So I'm now heading, and my car is turned this way, and my car is spinning. Not spinning, but it's like it's rearing that way. I'm going this way, but my car is facing a different direction, and I'm seeing a brick wall, concrete wall coming towards me. Almost just before I hit the wall, or I hit the wall, but almost before I'm hitting the wall, the car regained traction, and I continued back on the road. And that moment, and I promised myself, I don't want to be risking my life just to get somewhere 5 minutes earlier.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was the reason why. I mean, think about it. If you have children, if you have a wife, if you have parents, how are they going to feel that you're no longer with them just because of 5-10 minutes you want to take off your thing? So be careful, everyone out there.
It's funny you mention that, because I do remember being in Madeenah, and after the Isha Salat, go into the shop to pick up, like you do, buying the khubz from that. Again, one of the nice things about Madeenah is you can buy fresh bread at night time for breakfast. Anyway, go to get some fresh bread, khubz, jubban and stuff like that. And there'd been a road accident, and the guy was literally dead in the middle of the road. He was crossing the road coming back from the masjid. Imagine that, he'd gone out, he left his family, went mosque to pray Isha, didn't return home because someone hit him in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
He was literally lying dead on the floor, and the first thought that crossed my mind was, he just popped out of his house to go masjid to pray.
Yeah.
And his family going to be waiting for him to come home and think, hold on, where is he? So I mean, so yeah, definitely 100%. It's
Death can come at any time.
Death can come at any time.
Was there anything inspirational about Madeenah you think it can encourage someone who's maybe new to Islam or new to practicing religion or learning religion, or just about life of living in a Muslim country?
I do remember we used to, when we were studying with Sheikh Abdul-Rahman in his house, we would do Lamat al-Af'al, wasn't we?
Yeah.
A book on Sarf, which is morphology, Arabic morphology. So we were studying this poem, which is a classical text by the author that wrote Alfiya, who's Imam Malik, or Malik, isn't it? Yeah. So he wrote a book on Alfiya, 2,000 lines on Arabic grammar, and after that he wrote something which is on morphology of asma, of nouns. So we used to go and study this with Sheikh Abdul-Rahman, who was one of our neighbours. And I remember having the book, I was, trying to memorize the poetry. It's quite difficult anyway. So I was in my car revising, gone petrol station, getting gas, gone in the shop to buy something. I got this book, and the guy behind that serving, he goes, well, what's that you reading? Can I have a look? And he opens it, he goes, oh, Lamat al-Af'al, and he starts reading it from memory, and he starts reading the poetry from memory from the beginning. So I'm like, mashallah, you have student knowledge. He goes, no, but I'm from Mauritania, where he goes, we memorize this when we're kids. So and he's just so this is the thing, you don't have to be.
Where did he work?
He worked in the petrol station.
So the petrol pump guy.
There's the petrol pump guy, and he's memorized the poem that we're struggling and striving to memorize. He's already memorized it when he was a child. Point being is that you don't have to be a Jamia student to actually study or to memorize. There are people that you might not expect them to have knowledge, but they've got knowledge. So that's two benefits I took from that. Number one, you don't have to be a Jamia student to learn.
Yeah.
And number two, don't underestimate a person. Don't judge a person. You might think he's miskin, he's only pumping gas, but he's memorized all of the Quran.
I mean, he had more knowledge than us at the time.
He had more knowledge than us at the time. He memorized the book, basically. So. And it's an encouragement as well to do more. I
mean, one thing you just mentioned there about you don't have to be a Jamia student. That's very important, because I've met so many people who they want to study the Deen and they want to go to Madeenah University, but it's almost as if going to Madeenah University is a condition to study.
Yeah.
As in, they want to study when they get there, not that they're going to study now, but it's something they want to do when they get to Madeenah University.
Yeah.
And that's actually the mistake. What should be, is that you study as you are. And if you get into Madeenah University, then it's a ni'mah, you can continue studying.
Yeah.
But don't put barriers, artificial barriers to seeking knowledge and benefiting yourself. Don't say, when I get this thing, then I'll be righteous. It's like almost like saying, inshallah, when I get to 30, when I do Hajj, then I'll start praying. It's the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
No, you pray now and you pray then.
Yeah.
Same thing, you seek knowledge now and you seek knowledge then. Seeking knowledge doesn't mean you have to have a 9 to 5 or a certain set schedule where you go to a class and you pay for a schedule. Seeking knowledge basically means I pick up the Mus'haf, and I read what does Tafsir Ibn Kathir say. Buy a book from the shop and have a read. Seeking knowledge could be anything. It doesn't have to be something organised. It could be anything.
Yeah.
Long
Also, all the means are there now. You can watch the ulama. You can benefit from them on YouTube, the audio tapes, MP3s.
Everything's there now.
Everything's available. Yeah. So
I mean, when we were in Madeenah, if you wanted to get recordings of scholars, we had to go to Ibn Rushd, didn't it?
Ibn Rushd,
Ibn Rushd, and there's other one, not Ibn Rushd. What was it called? Ibn Rajab.
Ibn Rajab, yeah.
There was basically it was a shop just selling cassette tapes. If anyone remembers the cassette tapes, forget downloading.
There was a Sini family that owned it, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a Chinese family who owned it. So basically, you go there, you look at tapes, and you purchase a tape and put a tape in your car. That was it. You had to go out and buy a tape. Now, on our phones, you just download it.
Yeah,
it's on YouTube.
What's a moment that you Thikriyyaat that you can?
I think I'll name it the ridiculous moment, because it was ridiculous. Basically, we were sat down in a hadith class. I think it was Sunan Abi Dawud. And I had a teacher at the time who was called Faisal Haydari. Now, generally speaking, the teachers of Madeenah University are fantastic people, put a lot of time and effort to teaching us their deen. May Allah reward them all for their efforts and their knowledge. But it was obviously some teachers know more than others. And Sheikh Faisal Haydari, his speciality was hadith. So one day, the way it worked out is that everyone had their book open. He would choose the student to read. So he chose one person to read hadith, and then he would make a small ta'liq, small notes, a little benefit and whatnot. They move on. So a student reads hadith, and this teacher always used to maybe mention some benefit about the narrators. So read even the narrators of the hadith. So hadathana so qala hadathana so blah blah. So this student reads the hadith, and the Shaykh says, read it again. So he reads it again. He goes, are you reading right hadith? He goes, yeah. He goes, you guys got the same thing he's reading? And he goes, no. So read the hadith again. So he reads the hadith again. He goes, Ajib. So we think to ourselves, what's Ajib? He said, because, and then he gets up. Then he stands up. He gets up, and he gets his pen, and he says, because the chain of narration this guy's mentioned is so-and-so upon so-and-so upon so-and-so upon so. So he gives the chain that the guy just read. So this hadith is in Muslim. And he goes to Muslim, because Muslim has this chain. He goes, this person upon this person, this person. Also another narration, this person upon this person, this person. And also this hadith also collected by Bukhari. And he gives the chain of Bukhari, he gives the chain of Tirmidhi, he gives other chains of the same hadith. We were sat there for 20 minutes, I kid you not. 20-15 minutes, he filled the whole whiteboard of the different chains this hadith traversed.
Which means loads of different names.
Of different people, so-and-so narrated from so-and-so narrated from so. All of this he did on the whiteboard because the guy trying to understand why is this particular chain in his version of Sunan Abi Dawud. So my friend turns to me, he goes to me, he whispers, he says, the amazing thing isn't the fact that he just did that. The amazing thing is that he wasn't even prepared to do that. He never went home and prepared the lesson and got ready to present this. This was a random thing that just happened by mistake. And this, when we read that, when we saw that, we were so thrown back by the amount of knowledge that not just person has, but just generally the ulama have. It's not just about knowing that this situation is halal, this situation is haram, may do wudu. These are things which is great. And many people we should all learn how to be Muslim, learn the things we need to know, how to pray and fast and whatnot. But when it comes to being an alim, a shaykh, the knowledge they have transcends even that. It goes down to which hadith it is, what's the chain narration of that hadith, what the scholar said about the chain narration. Yeah. And as Shaykh Sa'd al-Shifri said, it's not permissible for a person, an alim, to give fatwa unless he remembers exactly the hadith he's referring to. It's sufficient to know the ruling. He should even know the hadith and reference for that ruling. So it's not just about, like I said, when it comes to measuring the real status of the ulama, we shouldn't ever belittle their status. Yeah. Always have respect for the ulama, respect for their knowledge, and most importantly, even if the scholar doesn't agree with what you personally hold to be correct, we should always give them the utmost respect and honor because they've put aside years of research and effort to attain knowledge, and also to give it to others, and to help others in their research and pass the knowledge on to the next generation. I find that was just the most important, or one of the most amazing things I learned from Madeenah University. I think everyone knows, or everyone came out of Madeenah University realizing how ignorant they were.
Yeah.
More than when they went there. We went there for you knew a few things in it. Before we got a few things, I'd have to say, and we went there thinking we know even less than we came. Anyway, hopefully, inshallah, you benefit from this little Thikriyyaat. Maybe have some more Thikriyyaat later on in the future, inshallah. If you have any questions about how our lives in Madeenah, how we found it there, maybe even if you want to know how we got there, leave your comments in below. Inshallah, we'll see you next time. Assalamu alaikum.